Get ready for another microdose. And hey, if this information is jiving with you, then check out the full episode. The link is in the show notes. Enjoy the ride.
The with the younger generations, is this causing? Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but is this causing even more problems, even wanting to start a relationship? Right? There's like, hey, I have access to this pornography. Why even start a relationship? Or if it is a relationship, is it something that's a one night stand that I swipe left or right? I don't know. I don't use Tinder, but if you because I'm married, but is there more of a desire to have one night stands and no actual lengthy relationship?
I'm not sure if that's the particular cause, but we also have to think too, places like Instagram and TikTok are somewhat softcore porn with some of the pages, some of the posts. So it's not even that porn industry itself is the cause of this immediate gratification. It's that everything is slowly becoming very sexualized. And I think a lot of young men are becoming actually desensitized to sexual intimate experiences because it's so easily accessible. Mm-hmm. And people seem to be so much more sexually free than in the last decade. So it's almost like there's no need for connection because everything is just available for you. There's no working for something. There's no earning something. It's just there.
Right.
I don't know if you would agree or if that's something you guys see as well.
I've seen, I've got nephews and nieces, and I would agree that some of the social media that's out there is some form of softcore pornography. I've got young kids, and I'm scared to allow them on social media because of that softcore pornography that's out there. And Will's seen it. We've commented on it before. Some of the yoga IG profiles that are out there are putting out stuff that is clearly not just for yoga. It's clearly, hey, look at my body, and I'm going to get more followers this way. But yeah, I've seen it with some of my nephews and nieces, is that it's taken them away from a desire to have any type of relationship, long-standing relationship, because why even bother? Why do something that's hard if I can access my phone, access everything that I'm looking for right there on my phone?
Right. Well, it's also created a lot of sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean, no, go for it, Elise. Please keep rocking.
I was just going to say, I feel like it's also created so much mistrust because there is so much immediate gratification and it's so easily accessible. The people are easily accessible. The porn industry actually created a barrier to entry, right? You couldn't just talk to the people unless you maybe paid them or whatever. I don't really know how it works. But Instagram, you can send someone a DM and they might respond back to you, or you can go to their OnlyFans and they will probably respond back to you. And so women are objectifying themselves because they know it works. They know they can get money from it.
Yeah.
But the men are going for it, and the women see that the men are going for it, and like the women who aren't doing it, they're seeing that. And then, there's a lot of infidelity. There's a lot of cheating going on. And so the value of a relationship has just totally dispersed. Like, people are being exposed for being disloyal. And it's just because the temptation lives everywhere. And if it's just everywhere, anybody is able to be tempted. So it's just, I think that in itself is definitely destroying relationships, destroying the desire for a relationship, because who wants to get in a relationship if they feel like someone's just going to cheat anyway?
Right.
Nobody does.
Yeah. One thing that I see and really feel deeply about, kind of the hypersexualization of everything is, and just even the digital realm in which we continue to play in, is the lack and also the understanding and the ability, being skillful with creating like meaningful connection, communicating in an honest way and being really authentic with how you're feeling and expressing that to somebody else. And I don't know. I hope it comes back. I mean, I don't know. We're getting very, very heavy into the digital realm. I mean, texting and all that kind of stuff. But I hope it swings back really quick, because like we're kind of in this very distorted reality with social media very often, because we're only really posting, our best selves and, and obviously the hypersexualization and stuff, that we just think that that's just everybody and their life so much. But how about, Elise, how about the men that you're continually working with that are kind of stuck in this cycle of like porn addiction, what are some of like the first things that you do or help them to kind of walk themselves out of this addiction and into a healthier life and eventually into healthier relationships?
Well, if someone has a true addiction, because I'm not a therapist, so I'm going to just clear the air right that I'll put them to a therapist. But if someone is struggling with a habit that they can't break, we have to understand if we are heavily relying on something like an addiction, it's because part of us feels like we cannot survive without it. Mm-hmm. And so you can't just quit something cold turkey if you feel like you can't survive without it, or else you'll just keep going back. So before we start the process of quitting something, we start the process of building something that is going to replace it. Often when we focus too much on the thing, like I'm going to quit this or I'm going to stop this, it just stays there. So I push my clients to focus on what they want instead of what they don't want, because then all of the energy and power goes the direction where they want to go. And slowly we just start building the bridge that way. So if it's something like porn addiction, we ask, what would you like to replace this with, right? What would you ultimately want? Is it more connection and intimacy with your partner? If you don't have a partner, is it more connection and intimacy with yourself? Do you even know how to pleasure yourself actually? Or is it just like, yeah, I know, but do you actually know? Do you know what it's like to feel yourself touching your body? Because do you know how to ask for that in the bedroom? So you kind of focus on becoming an expert at what you don't know, and it gives you the confidence to say, I don't need this thing to survive anymore. And we start to touch on maybe a lot of the subconscious reasons why we're addicted to that in the first place. I feel lonely. I feel left out. I feel like no one's ever going to love me. I feel like so stressed and I don't have any other way to calm down. So underneath any type of addiction, like the addiction's not the problem, the addiction is the symptom. So we find the actual problem, and once you heal that, the addiction doesn't.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Small doses lead to big changes. If you're vibing with this snippet, then take a listen to the full episode by clicking the link in the show notes. If you would like to plug in deeper to what we're doing, head to mentalkingmindfulness.com or text MTM to 33777. Until next time, peace.